Hello students, how are you all? Greetings of the day. Today, class 5, we are going to study about block number 10, that is diet and health. Students, the aim behind studying this chapter is that you will understand that a balanced diet is important for the proper functioning of our body, and the deficiency or excess of nutrient can lead to diseases. Yes, there are good and bad effects of different kind of foods on your body, and it is very harmful if you have only one kind of nutrients. You will be getting a detailed study about it in this chapter. Come on then, let's start us now. Let us first understand the first topic, that is malnutrition and obesity. As we all know, our body uses food to get energy, right? A balanced diet is very important for our body to be healthy. Now, there are two kinds of situations of a body. One is malnutrition and the second one is the obesity. Come on now, let us study about it. Can you see a baby in the photo of your content book? Yes. Can you see how weak the baby is and how unhealthy the baby is? This condition, when this condition is arised, it is known as malnutrition. You know, malnutrition is a condition that develops when a person does not eat enough food or the right kind of food. When the person is eating and eating, but if they are not eating the right kind of food, they can be caused by malnutrition, because they are not getting right kind of food now. That's why. So it is caused either by poor eating habits or lack of required food for the body. Now, as much the body will need the food, you have to give to the body. But if when a person is not giving that much food to the body, then the body becomes weak and underweight, and they are not strong, they are very unhealthy, and their immune is very more likely to get sick again and again. Children suffering from malnutrition are weak, underweight, and are more likely to get sick. Now, can you see in the next picture a big boy is measuring his belly fat? Yes, that is the obesity, when the diet is too rich in carbohydrates and fats. Now, what happens with this boy? That he is eating a lot of food which is not healthy. He is eating a lot of food and of same quality, of same nutrients. That is also not good. Extra carbohydrates and fats get stored in the body and make the people overweight. See how overweight the boy is. One way you can see such a poor and such an unhealthy baby. And in the other picture, you can see a very fat boy. Compare these pictures. In India, most probably we will see these malnourished people, because India is a developing country. So everyone is not blessed to have the meal that you have every day in your diet. Everyone does not get balanced diet. See, this person is so weak that he don't have even enough body to walk or to feel anything. And see, on the contrary, you can see this person is very fat, because he or she is suffering from obesity. This condition is known as obesity, where the person is eating and eating and eating, but they are not eating the right kind of food. They are eating carbohydrates and fats every day, so they are becoming overweight. These are the two conditions. One is the malnutrition in one picture, and in the another picture you can see the person suffering from obesity. Both the conditions are bad for us. We need to be in between. We needn't be more healthy and we needn't be more thin. It is very good if you are having a good body, and I hope everyone will have balanced diet from now on, even if they are not having it. Now the next topic is all about deficiency diseases. What are deficiency diseases? It is caused by the lack of a particular nutrient in a person's diet. Okay, this is because a person is lacking a particular nutrient in his diet. That is why deficiency diseases happens to the body. Deficiency of different nutrients causes different diseases. Each deficiency disease is characterized by some symptoms. Now, let us study how which nutrients will cause which kind of deficiency diseases and what are the symptoms of it. Come on. Yes, can you see this page? In this you can see different pictures, right? These are the deficiency disease. I again repeat, deficiency diseases are caused by the lack of a particular nutrient in a person's diet. When a particular person does not have that kind of nutrient in the body, then because of the lackness of that particular nutrient, they may suffer from other diseases. These are known as deficiency diseases. Now, the first one we have here is carbohydrates and nutrients. Right in your book, page number 9, deficiency disease is marasmus. See, this happens when a person is suffering from marasmus. As you can see in the top above, the person's rib cage is being seen. It is being visible. Why? Because the person is really very weak. They are very thin and very weak body. They poor muscle development. They don't or no muscles are being developed in their body because they do not have enough carbohydrates and proteins in their diet. Now, when a person does not have enough proteins, so they can be caused by kwashiorkor. If you can see just below the deficiency, the disease name is written there, kwashiorkor, where the large pot belly is being developed in the person's body. Large pot belly. Discoloration of the skin is being found. Their skin also becomes yellowish and they are having frizzy hair. Their hair are not proper. They have a large pot belly. This pot belly is because they are not having enough kind of proteins in their diet. The next one, night blindness. Can you see this lady with night blindness? This happens because if a person is not having vitamin A, they can be caused with night blindness. In this, a person is having an inability to see. They cannot see in low light or in the dark. Okay, they are suffering from night blindness because of the deficiency of vitamin A. Now the next one is vitamin B, berry. If you can see the person in blue, two kinds of persons are being described here. Berry. Vitamin B, berry. Stomach disorders, dry skin, ulcers in the mouth. This happens when there is berry. Their skin is dry, they are having stomach disorders, and so very difficult for them to even walk. Okay, now the next one is scurvy. Can you see the scurvy? If a person is not having vitamin C in the body, then they can be caused by scurvy. In this, swollen gums are there, bleeding gums. See, it is you or the person who is suffering from scurvy will have very bad teeth. They will be having swollen gums and bleeding gums. Because of that, the white teeth have been converted into black, and then it suddenly breaks off in scurvy. The next thing is, yes, the next one is rickets. Rickets is being found in the person when the person is not having vitamin D or milk or calcium, sorry. Their bones are very, very weak, and teeth. They have bowed arms and legs. See, their arms are very bowed. Bowed means they are not straight. They cannot stand straight because there is deficiency of vitamin D. So their arms and legs are in boat shape, bow shape, like a boat shape. It is curved, which is not healthy, right? It is curved, which is not so healthy. Now, the next thing, iron, anemia. Yes, you can see the lady's eyes, their hands in anemia. The same thing happens. Anemia, in anemia, a person face pale skin. They are having pale skin, yellowish skin. They are very tired and they are very dizziness. They are very dizzy. They feel very tiresome after doing very less work. Anemia is a disease when a person is not having particular amount of iron in the body. Now the next thing is iodine, goiter. Can you see the person with big throats? This is actually a deficiency disease caused because if a person is not having iodine, enlargement of throat and difficulty in swallowing the food. They face difficulty in swallowing the food, and the person's throat becomes like this. So we have discussed the nutrient, their deficiency disease name, and their symptoms. These are all the deficiency diseases caused in a person's body. So it is being advised that everyone should have particular amount of balanced diet to avoid any kind of deficiency disease in your body. Now we are going to study about the diet chart. See, a diet chart or a plan tell us what to eat and how much to eat. As you can see in the picture, everything is being characterized. See, a day when a person is getting up from the bed, from the breakfast, mid morning, lunch, evening, late evening, then dinner. Everything is being characterized here. This is a diet plan in which we are getting an idea that how much should be eat and what should be eat, what items can a person eat, right? So this gives us information about the amount of nutrients needed for proper growth and to maintain good health, right? Good health is the key to success, right? So if we are having a particular diet plan, that will be very helpful for you. Now, diet plans differ from person to person depending upon their age. If a person is very old, they will need less amount of food. But if a person is middle aged, as you can see on page number 10, middle aged. Middle aged people like your parents, they will need less amount of they will need good amount of nutrients in the body. As compared to you, they will have good and high amount of meal. But if you are a children, you are a growing children, so you will need a lesser amount of diet in your diet chart. Okay, so it all depends upon the age and the physical health. If a person is very thin, then there might be chances that their physical health is very low and so they eat very less. And if a person is good in physique, they must be needing more and more nutrients. It also depends upon the gender. If a male is there, male have a tendency of eating more and female have a tendency of eating less. And the daily activities, what the nature of the work you do, like what example, for example, you can say that growing children need more proteins than older people, right? Like your grandparents, as compared to your grandparents, you need more proteins and more good diet to build your muscles. A person, if a person is doing more physical activity, then they will be needing more and more carbohydrates, right? And if a person is sitting in an office and operating the computers, what do you think they will need? They will not need that much of carbohydrates, okay? Because their work is more mentally than physically. So, a physical worker like labor, like the servants that we have in home, the domestic servants, they all need more and more carbohydrates because they have more physical activity. They do more physical activity and then they will need good amount of food. Okay, so everyone have different kinds of diet, and it depends on the amount of nutrients they need. See, in this case, the person is so fat, right? Because he is eating too many carbohydrates and fats. So, if a person wants to get rid of obesity or get rid of malnutrition, then they can consult a dietitians. Dietitians are experts who help us to plan a balanced diet according to our age, our physical health, our type of work, and our gender. Okay, now see, in this case what is happening, that the person is eating again and again and so much food, so there are too many carbohydrates and fats that he should not eat. If he will not eat too many carbohydrates and fats, he will be healthy. Now here we can see another person. See, the person is so thin, this person is so thin, and the person who is sitting up is so big. His body is becoming bigger and bigger because he is having more and more carbohydrates and fats in the diet. And this person is so thin because he does not have carbohydrates and fats in the diet. The required amount of carbohydrates and fats are missing in his diet. That is why he is so thin. Now we are going to discuss the food across India. Yes, come on, now let us discuss. There are so good kind of food, right? Food, fruit, everything is being included here. Here we can see masala dosa, idli sambar, dal tadka, rice, noodles, shakes. Every kind of food we can see here, momos, right? So these are the food that we can see across India. Across India, there are different kinds of food. There is a great diversity in food across different regions in India. People eat different kinds of food depending on the geographical location, climate, and crops grown in that region. So many things are important. Only then they are having these kind of foods. Now, uh, there are food depending on the geographical area. See, why there are different kinds of foods in different area? Because of their geographical area. Geographical location means what? The place where a person is living, the region in which they are living. If there the region is, in that region more and more rice are being grown, then they will eat rice only, na? And if in that place more and more the climate is very good for the crops and all the kinds of crops are grown there, then they will be having a diversity of having many kinds of food. It also depends on the crops. Now we will study it. No matter which region one belongs to, one should eat a balanced diet to stay healthy. That is known as a good fact. Wherever you stay, you should have a good balanced diet to keep up with your body. Right? Now see what we can see in this picture. there is a different food in Punjab. In Punjab, mostly people are having makke di roti and sarso da saag, if you have heard about it. Yes, see, in Maharashtra, what they are having mostly, the pav bhaji, the vada pav, right? See, in this region, in Kerala or in south region, what they are mostly likely to have, they are mostly likely to have idli, dosa, sambar, right? Masala dosa and everything. In Bengal region, it has been seen that they mostly have fish curry there. The type of food varies according to the geographical location and the availability of cereals, vegetables, fruits in that region, right? The person will eat these kind of foods because they are getting the availability of it, right? These things are available in that particular region. That is why it is very easy for them to take and eat these things. Now suppose if for example, wheat, we can say wheat in our region in Madhya Pradesh. What happens in our region, Madhya Pradesh is good in growing wheat. Northern states are very good in growing the wheats. So here people in the north eat chapatis more. Okay, we are tend to eat more chapatis as compared to rice. We eat more chapatis because in our region we are able to grow wheat or paddy in our region. So whatever the things are available to us, you will be eating that only, right? We will be more likely to eat the things that are grown in our particular area. The next thing, rice grows more in southern and eastern area of India. See, rice is grown in the Kerala, Karnataka region till West Bengal. These regions are very good. These are southern and West Bengal is in eastern. These regions are very good to grow rice. So most probably they eat rice. It is very common that they are having rice in their diet chart or in their balanced diet. Rice is the first thing they will be having because it is being grown there and it is more easily available to them. So people there eat more rice. Okay, is the concept cleared? Different food is being eaten by different people in different countries because of the availability of the crop in that particular region. See, nowadays, with improved means of transport, food items from one region can be easily transported to other regions, right? From country to country, state to state, or anywhere else. Like, for example, if someone asks you for Ratlami save, so what you will say, yes, yes, we will send you. Why? How you can send them? By good means of transport, right? It is very easy for you to send anything anywhere, and these food items are one of the kind. You can send any food item anywhere to anyone. This is all because of globalization. The globalization is impacting our traditional food of a particular region. Okay, now, nowadays people have also started making and eating food belonging to other regions. Now, it is not a new thing that only one person can make masala dosa. Now, in our locality or in our area, we can see a number of shops that are providing with masala dosa and everything and all the other foods, because nowadays it is very easy to have any kind of food, and even we can make the food of our choice, whatever, of whatever country, whatever region, it doesn't matter. So this is the impact of globalization on food. Kindly go through the glossary words after this. So the glossary words are very important, beta. It is good if you learn them. And one more thing, I would like to conclude that in this page I have written all the food that is good if you are suffering from any kind of deficiency. For example, vitamin A. If you're having vitamin A deficiency in the body, then you can eat yellow fruits. So I've written that. Kindly copy this in your content book, and this will be very good for you in afterwards course. Okay. Thank you, class. Thank you for today. Have a nice day, everyone.